The titles are being grabbed from them. Yes. I have said, and I say, and I repeat it in the name of the President of Uganda, that the title deeds you have, as long as they have gone through the district land board or city land board, and the city land board or district land board has jurisdiction over that land. So, and there was a minute, a proper minute pass which you took to the EMZO. EMZO, you are here, representative here. And they gave a title. Nobody should disturb you. The chairman of the board indicated it, and I want to repeat it. Section 59 of the Registration of Titles Act, Salot is here. That section guarantees that the one holding the title is the true proprietor of that land. The one who named in that title, yes, you are the owner of that land. Nobody should touch you. Yes. So all of you with the title deeds, yes, those title deeds are yours. Yes. That is your property guaranteed under Article 26(1) of the Constitution. Even when the government wants it, it will have to pay you prompt, adequate, and whatever fair compensation prior to taking over. Now, if the government must do that, how can a mere individual come and say, give it to me, give it to me? Just arrest that individual. It should never happen in this district. Immediately release Honorable Ochmen's property now at the police station. Restore it back to him. Give him the protection which is entitled to under the Constitution to continue with his construction without any hindrance. He is entitled to protect for the quiet enjoyment of his land which he obtained by virtue of the process of the law. So please go and execute that. And that was the directive of His Excellency the President. And the recent cases, Chairperson, you talked as if, no, of the board. You see, he talked as if he's a lawyer. He's a lawyer. Okay, that's why I was getting amused by the language he was using. And I want to tell you, take the telephone number of the special assistant. Anything, because I'm too busy, but the President kindly attached this person to my office. Say, take the telephone. We shall be here 2 minutes. Not even 2 minutes, because this is one country, and not two governments in one country. We can call upon any unity anywhere to make sure that your security to your property and person, your greatest property is your land. Yes. Now somebody is playing about with it. And the DPC, I want to tell you this. Those people, those policemen seated here, we don't recognize them because they are not members of the District Security Committee. Now you are the ones you are the one we are addressing now. The Bible says, and I preach often, I've always been preaching from the age of 13. If salt loses its saltness, how much salt will they put in? Eh? I don't know how we call it in your local language. In my local language it says, Omunyo wegugwamu ensa, balisamu munyo nabachi. If salt loses its value, it's no longer salty. How much value will you put in? How much? It's honest. Its value is to throw it away. So please, police, DPC, make sure you protect the good name of the police. You stand by the law. You stand by the oath you took under the Constitution to protect the life and property of Ugandans. Because if you lose that saltness, if anything happening, we go to the police. We want to, they carry the force of law. So please, this was the directive, restore. And as executive committee. So, Chairman, now on again, you can go and resume, execute the directive as given. Chairperson, let you come here now of the district.
Yes, sir.
Now, you as chairman in that capacity, you are also a member of the district.
Yes.
Please ensure that whoever committed these atrocious committees cooperate with the officer from the special duties, the one who has been standing here, and ensure all these people are all brought to book. All of them must face justice. The directive of the president said, arrest them, put them before the court, and make sure they serve the sentence of the last. And no bail, no police bond. Thank you. It should never happen in this district. Several chairperson.
Yes, sir.
And I've done what I came to do.
Yes, sir.
This thing is resolved. And I want to tell you, take the telephone number of the special assistant. Anything, because I'm too busy, but the president kindly attached this person to my office. Say, take the telephone. We shall be here 2 minutes. Not even 2 minutes, because this is one country, and not two governments in one country. We can call upon any unity anywhere to make sure that your security, your property and person, your greatest property is your land. Yes. Now somebody is playing about with it. And the DPC, I want to tell you this. You those people, those policemen seated here, we don't recognize them because they are not members of the district security committee. Now you are the ones you are the one we are addressing now. The Bible says, and I preach often, I've always been preaching from the age of 13. If salt loses its saltness, how much salt will they put in? I don't know how we call it in your local language. In my local language it says, Omunyo begugwamu ensa, balisamu munyo nabachi. If salt loses its value, it's no longer salted. How much value will you put in? How much? It's honest. Its value is to throw it away. So please, police, DPC, make sure you protect the good name of the police. You stand by the law. You stand by the oath you took under the constitution and to protect the life and property of Ugandans. Because if you lose that saltness, if anything happening, we go to the police. We want to arrest, we go to the police. Now, where shall we go if it is the police taking away other people's property? Yes. Now, let me finish with this. A policeman can also have land. Yes. But in accordance with the process set out in the Land Act and in the Constitution, go to the land board, apply. Let the area committee come, assess. Let it go to the land board, they will assess. If they give you, they will give you a minute. You will go to the M's and get a title. You don't have to grab it. For God and my country. Turn to this international personality. The members of the district security committee will be held responsible. Now you are the people responsible for the good governance of this country, which you represent. You are the member of the district security team. I direct you now. Come, I direct you as the cameras are seeing. I direct that you proceed immediately. Release Honorable Ochme's property now at the police station. Restore it back to him. Give him the protection which is entitled to under the Constitution to continue with his construction without any hindrance. He is entitled to protect for the quiet enjoyment of his land which he obtained by virtue of the process of the law. So please go and execute that. And that was the directive of His Excellency the President. And the recent cases, Chairperson, you talked as if, of the board.
Okay.
You see, he talked as if he's a lawyer.
He's a lawyer.
Okay, that's why I was getting amused by the language he was using. I said, this could be a land friend. Now, I think you know the two recent cases. They said the directive of the President, whether oral or written, must be executed specifically. They carry the force of law. So, please, this was directive, restore. And as executive committee, so Chairman, now on again, you can go and resume, execute the directive as given. Chairperson, let you come here now of the district.
Yes, sir.
Now, you as chairman in that capacity, you are also member of the district.
Yes. Yeah.
Please ensure that whoever committed these atrocity committees cooperate with the officer from the special duties, the one who has been standing here, and ensure all these people are all brought to book. All of them must face justice. The directive of the President said, arrest them, put them before the court, and make sure they serve the sentence of the last. And no bail, no police bond. Thank you. Finally, Honorable said there are so many people with the title deeds. The titles are being grabbed from them. I've said, and I say, and I repeat it in the name of the President of Uganda, that the title deeds you have, as long as they have gone through the district land board or city land board, and the city land board or district land board has jurisdiction over that land. So, and there was a minute, a proper minute pass which you took to the EMSO. Yeah, EMSO, you are 37 in this country. There is a constitution. There is a district land board. And the land, the public land, its mandate used to be under the districts. Soon after independence, it left the districts. It went to Uganda Land Commission. It has come back to the districts with the proper mandate. They exercise that mandate and allocate. And somebody uses the minute of the board and gets a title. And you come, arrest him, beat him up, declare the land yours, and the whole world sits and watches that policeman going scot-free. Several special duty once again here. So do you see this gentleman? Don't look at his height. Look at the authority he carries. Senior Special Assistant to His Excellency the President Special Duty. The special duty, several get all the details. We shall look for that, those soldiers, not soldiers, those police officers. They acted outside the law. They have caused abuse on the good name of the police, and they have grabbed, they have taken, they have injured people. They continue to detain a honorable member of Parliament's property at the police station. Please take it up. And I can assure you, when this office which he represents takes up a matter, it is handled immediately. You will see action being taken.
Very good.
So, now, the only thing I can direct is the DPC. I don't know this DPC here. I called His Excellency the President soon after taking appointing me, knowing the expertise I have in land law, he sent me to that college near Moroto there. And I told you people that, look, were you among those? You were not there. Okay. I would have told you to do what I told you then. Now you are not there, others were there, and now the duties set out, the president has issued a directive. And directive of 28th February 2022. If anybody, as Achok was evicted, he was evicted. Arrest evicted, he was on his evicted and treated inhuman. The president directed that if it was a police what the district land boards cannot do is indicated in section 59(1)(a) of the Land Act, that the district can only allocate land which is not owned by any person or authority. So if land is titled, it is registered land, then it is owned by somebody, then the district land board cannot allocate it. If it is owned by an authority, say district, national forest authority, or any other authority, then the district cannot allocate it because it's owned by an authority. Or if somebody has a title on it, it's owned by that person. Or if they are unregistered but have been tenants, in Uganda we call them Bibanja holders. If they have been there, then they are owning by virtue of being customary tenants, and you cannot allocate that land. If you do, there is section 59(1)(a). 59(1)(a) as amended. I brought my books to read it, but now it's stuck. I can't read. It says if the district land board 59(1)(a) as amended, if a district land board in violation of this, it allocates land which is already owned by any person or authority or under customary tenants, that transaction is void. That is the law. Now, who is under who controls public land which is given out? It's not any government department. In fact, the Constitution says that district land board, in its execution of its duties, it's not under the control of any person or authority. I think, sir, that's what it is there. So, in the exercise of their functions, they are not subject to police, they are not subject to anybody, by whatever name called, or to any authority. So, when the Lira District Land Board allocated that land as detailed in a petition to Honorable Julius Acon, they were exercising their authority under the Constitution. Public land, which, as you have seen, it has come evolved, jealously protected, always by a public body, by a specified law from 1903 or 02 up to today. So, I fail to understand how the police can come and say this one when the district has exercised its constitutional job without being coerced by any person or authority and say we allocate you this land. So honorable, this land is yours by virtue of the allocation, and decided in the case of ex parte that it was a successful revolution. So whatever happened in 1966 was recognized by law as successful revolution, and you don't turn revolution backward. It didn't happen in France, it didn't happen in Egypt, it didn't happen in China. It cannot happen here. You can't turn the clock backwards. You don't sit in the seat of a car, put the gear, is it reverse gear, but hope to drive forward. You cause problems because you just destroy whatever is behind you. So we are moving forward. Now, so after the successful revolution of 66, there was a constitution which the people of Uganda, their representatives who were then MPs, resolved themselves into delegates and debated and approved the 67 constitution. Now that constitution, as far as land is concerned, I think it could have been Article 108. Says, and they had where public land was concerned, the public land which was in district boards were transferred and put under the Uganda Land Commission. The public land which was under federal boards was transferred and also put under Uganda Land Commission. The public land which was under the Official Estates Ordinance Act of 1919 was also transferred and put under the Uganda Land Commission. So for all public land in Uganda, it was controlled under one body, Uganda Land Commission. That was the opposition, and in 1975, Idi Amin Dada, who called himself the life president of Uganda, DCMC, what, conqueror of the British Empire, I think you used to know those titles. In 1975, he expanded the mandate of the Uganda Land Commission and brought an end to mile holding and freehold holding and Busura and individual law, always Toro and what tenant law, all those were stopped, and all land became land belonging to government under the Uganda Land Commission. Milos, freeholds were all converted into resorts. That was a position until 1995, the current constitution. Under the current constitution, there was devolution of power, decentralization to the districts. And so land control was also decentralized from the Uganda Land Commission to the districts. That is what is in our constitution. And only government land remains, all that land which is acquired by Uganda Land Commission remained under Uganda Commission. Otherwise, all and addresses so that this is communication. We shall leave no stone unturned until that is done. And that was very important. As I said, the first one, that is the issue of the abuse of authority. This, the jurisdiction, the courts. You have indicated a case which was mishandled without jurisdiction by a high court judge here. I want to task the person who came here to represent, who sits in with a special advisor, senior assistant special advisor, special duties to His Excellency the President. Come and introduce you to the public. Yes, he's here. As he stands here, he stands in for Madame Fiona Barungi, senior special assistant to His Excellency the President, special duties. So please take this immediately. Let one of us give all the details. We shall take it up and ensure that the judiciary do their work. I know they don't want us to talk about them, but when they do dirty things, we need to talk about them. Yeah. So now I shall give him all the details, and we shall take it up. We have handled similar matters before. Now I go to the land. Let me. Okay, I hope I will get some light up there. But I need to give you the details of ownership. We are talking about public land. Public land started in 1902. And it was called Crown Lands, governed by the Crown Lands Ordinance 1902 or 3 era around. That was then the Uganda area, which covered that 8,000 square miles. Then when the entire country became under the protectorate, the nomenclature and the land still in the other parts of it, which is public land, continuing to be governed under the Public Land Ordinance, Crown Land Ordinance. When we gained independence in 1962, there was a law put in place called the Public Lands Ordinance 1962, which converted the Crown land into freehold land, and in the case of districts, transferred it to the district land boards. In the cases of federal units and kingdoms of federal units, the technical name was called federal units, the marketing name was called kingdoms. So these were federal boards. The other were federal district boards, these were federal boards or kingdom boards. So land by that act of 1962, Public Lands Ordinance, land was transferred from Crown Lands Ordinance to the converted to freehold, transferred to the district boards or federal boards or kingdom boards, if you want, whichever term you want to use. And now managed by the districts and federal boards. Now, let me finish with this. A policeman can also have land. But in accordance with the process set out in the Land Act and in the Constitution, go to the land board, apply, let the area committee come, assess, let it go to the land board, they will assess. If they give you, they will give you a minute. You will go to the M's and get a title. You don't have to grab it. For God and my country.